and welcome to today's workout, which is called hip and back strength and release. So I'm doing this workout because I know over the past few weeks I've been doing a lot of work on the laptop, sitting a lot, hunched over the computer, and I feel like at the end of the day my hips feel really tight, my lower back feels tight, my shoulders feel rounded, and I just wanted to do a workout that helps with that. So I think during lockdown we tend to obviously be at home most of the time, and we're sitting around, or we're probably working longer hours than we do when we're in the office. So this workout is going to be releasing those muscles, but also giving them strength so they can support you. And it's going to be great for anybody, but also cyclists, runners, triathletes, anybody who does any sport, because you know we're using these muscles around the pelvis a lot, so it'll help with preventing injury. So let's get going, and we're going to start with some scissor breathing. Okay, so we're going to inhale, arms up, and then exhale, rotate back, inhale and down. So keep the hips facing forward. So inhale, exhale, in, down, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth when you rotate, in and down, and just one more. In and down. So now take your feet to parallel, hands are coming to the shoulders, and we're just going to rotate those shoulders forward. Okay, just loosening up those shoulder joints. If you've been at the laptop all day, this should feel quite nice. Okay, and then back. Excellent. So now we're going to come with our feet parallel, hip distance apart, making sure that the weight is even distributed through the foot, the toes. We're going to take the arms to shoulder height. We're going to squat back, and we're going to protract the shoulder blades around the rib cage. So just that just means as if you're coming round and apart, and then as we come up, we're bringing them together at the back. So dive down, and then you should feel them squeezing together at the back. Hopefully you'll be able to see. And back. That again should feel nice to open that chest up. 3 more. 2 and 1. Okay, now hold in the squat position, and we're just going to take the left leg back and tap back and in. So just lightly tap for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I want you to take your hands to the mat and let that leg lift up, but we're turning the hips slightly out so heel drops in, and we're going to lower and lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now get your balance in that supporting leg. Come up and hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees and come up. Ooh, a lot of work for those hips. Okay, let's go to the other side. Turn around this way. Okay, so bend down. Right leg now. Tap and in for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands to the mat. Open out that hip, and we lower and lift for 2, 3. Keep that supporting leg bent. 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it up. Get your balance. Come up and fly. Focus on a spot. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. Great job. Coming to the end of your mat, we're going to go in and roll down to the mat. Okay, so open up those shoulders. We inhale to prepare. Exhale, nod your chin to your chest, and then flex that spine as much as you can before that pelvis tips forward over the femurs, and you're rolling all the way down, walking out. Drop the knees, and then I want you to cross them over and then come down to lying on your back. Okay, so let's just get settled here. Collarbone is nice and open. My pelvis is in neutral, so it's not squashed into the mat. It's not arching and my ribs are flaring out. It's just nice and neutral. There's a little gap between my lower back and the mat. Okay, we're going to go into some hip rolls. So we'll do basic hip rolls first. So we inhale to prepare. Exhale, tip that pelvis towards the rib cage, pushing through the heels to come up, getting as much movement as you can out of the spine. Hold at the top. Just make sure your weight is even through the feet, through the shoulders. You're not popping out those ribs. Okay, and then sink down from the ribs and release at the bottom. Okay, one more like that. So if you have been sitting all day, which I have a lot today, I don't feel like I have a huge amount of movement in my spine. So these hip rolls feel really nice to try and get some movement back to each individual vertebrae. Good. So this time I want you to take your arms to the ceiling. Keep those shoulder blades nice and flat on the mat. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, tip the pelvis, pushing through the heels as you're rolling up. Now the arms are going to go overhead, but make sure those ribs aren't popping out. They're staying nice and down. And then you're sinking from underneath that chin all the way down. And arms come down. So do one more like that. Inhale. Exhale, tip. I already feel like I have a bit more movement in that spine now. And then rolling down with control. And arms are coming flat onto the mat. So we're going to take our left knee to tabletop, right knee to tabletop, arms on a low V, palms facing the ceiling. We're going to let the glue the feet and the knees together. Let them go over to one side and then use the obliques to bring them back. So we inhale over and then exhale back. Good. In and out. So don't collapse over, always in control. So only go as far as your body will allow. Okay, if you wish to challenge a little bit further, straighten the legs, bring them back and bend. Let them go across, straighten. Okay, just one more either side. And last one. Okay, and then I want you to hold on to the fronts of your shins and come up to a seated position. We're going to go into a half roll back series now. Again, to get some more movement out of that spine and make sure that we're nice and relaxed across the shoulders. So our feet are hip distance apart and we're high on those sit bones. So we're not slouching here. We're nice and high. Our arms are long, but they're not up here. They're nice and relaxed. We're going to inhale to prepare and then exhale, tuck the pelvis right back towards the spine, rolling back. Stay in your C shape as you come up and over the legs and then extend to vertical. So we're going to do 4 like that. So inhale, exhale. So only go back until you feel a little grip in your hip flexors, because that's when the work is going to go out of your abdominals, and we don't want that. Again, you've got to listen to your body. So you may go further than me, you may not go as far as me, but so long as you know that you're working just the abdominals and getting movement in that spine, and it's not gripping here. And up, and let's do one more. Up and over and extend. Good. So this time we're going to tip the pelvis, go back, float the arms up, down and then roll up to vertical. Okay, so 4 like that. Float up, down, and vertical. It's amazing how much those arms weigh. In and up. One more. And up. Okay, just hold onto the front of the shins, extend slightly, just to make sure there's no tension there. Okay, last one in this series. We're going to roll back, open one side, other side, and up. 4 of those. Rolling back, open, open, and up. Good. 3, and last one. Roll up, and then just butterfly the legs and round over, and breathing to the back. Excellent. So now I want you to hold on behind the thighs, rolling down. Okay, legs are staying in tabletop. We're going to go into a teaser prep exercise. I'm going to show you 2 modifications on this one. Okay, so the first one is this. So we inhale to prepare, exhale, coming up. So you balance here. You take your arms to one side, center, other side, center, extend, hold behind the thighs, and roll back. Okay, other method is keep feet on the mat. So we're going to roll up, one side, other side, extend, down, and tuck and roll back. So we're only going to do 3 of these because we've been working those abs quite hard. Okay, so choose which way you'd prefer to do it. Okay, so let's go. Inhale, exhale, up, and rolling down. Good, so we're always in control. So you've probably noticed that the teaser doesn't appear that often in my workouts. That's because I really don't have the strength yet to do with the teaser. But I'm working on it, and that's what it's all about. So the prep is hard enough for me right now. Lift up, roll down, and then just tuck those knees in, rock from side to side. Then extend your left leg, right knee comes across the body, and look the other way so we can just release that lower back. Okay, so you might think, why are we doing all those ab exercises for a hip and back routine? But everything, of course, is interconnected. Let's change sides. And I chose those particular exercises to work our core strength, but also getting flexibility in that, particularly that lumbar spine while we're doing that. So you get 2 for the price of 1. Okay, and then we're going to hold on to the knees, come up, and we're going to go into a 4-point kneeling position. So moulding your hands to the mat, so little finger first, then each finger. The elbows are pointing out, so we don't want our elbows in like that. They're pointing out, and you're pushing through the hands to make sure those lat muscles on your back are nice and engaged. Okay, we're going to go to some rotation of the spine now. So unweight your right hand. We're going to thread it through, but not collapse onto the mat. And then open out. Good. Thread. And open. Oh, feels quite tight on me today, that one. But it's so good to open those muscles out and to just get some rotation back into the spine. And let's do one more. Hands are coming to the mat now. And we're going to go into our fire hydrant exercise. For those who haven't seen it, will become obvious why it's called that when we start. So we're going to take the hip leg out to the side and in for 10, 9. Okay, don't collapse into your supporting knee. Keep those hips pointing down to the mat like headlights. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now tuck the toes under, and we're going to come into a little hover plank, leg pull front. So hover here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now push the hips back into like a yoga down dog and just paddle those legs. Okay, and then come back into your hover for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pushing up. And then drop the knees. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so getting set up, so making sure your wrists are under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips. Okay, the head and the is in a nice alignment, so you're not holding it down here or extending. So let's rotate and then open. Choose which breath pattern works for you. 2 more. And last one. Coming down, going into those fire hydrants on the opposite leg now. So out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tuck the toes under and let's hover here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lifting up and hovering down, making sure you're pushing through those hands. Let those back muscles work. 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. And then drop the knees and come down onto your tummy. Okay, so we're going to lie with our head to one side, our legs are long, and our arms, so the palms are on the floor, so the shoulders are nice and rounded, we're completely relaxed. Okay, but I just want your glutes and hamstrings to pull down, your abs to be lifting so that lower back is nice and supported. We're going to inhale. As we exhale, we're going to bring the shoulder blades together at the back as you come up and extend. Take the arms to a T, back to the hips, and then lower down, taking your head to the other side. So do 6 of those. So extend, bring them to a T, reach back, and lower. Good. So you should feel those shoulder blades working, coming around and squeezing together and back. Good. Working all the muscles in the back, in between those shoulder blades, around the spine. 3 more. Down. Make sure those abs are supporting your back. And last one. And down. And then bring your hands so that your forehead is resting on the back of your hands. Take the knees wide. Heels are coming together for heel squeeze exercise. So we're going to squeeze the heels together as tight as you can. You'll feel those thighs becoming light on the mat. And then release. It's a really intense workout for those glutes. and release. Squeeze and release. 3 more. Squeeze, release. Last 2. Really squeeze them together, so if I came and tried to pull your legs apart, there's no way I could do it. And down, and then last one. Down, and then roll on to your side. Okay, so we're going to start our sideline series with the bottom hand as a pillow. Okay, so bottom leg is bent to act as a kind of stabilizer. Top leg is long, and then push that hip away to make sure you're not collapsing in the waist. Okay, keep my abs on. We're going to circle forward for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse it. Okay, try and relax that top shoulder. Sometimes it gets tense. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now we're coming up onto our elbow. Okay, and I want you to really have that elbow supporting the shoulder. So we're not slouching down here. Okay, we're pushing through, we're supporting all the side here, so we're working all those muscles. Top leg goes long and arm goes long. We're going to bring elbow to knees, use the obliques, and then extend for 8, 7, 6. Really reach long from your fingertips to your toes. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so now we're going to bring the elbow to the knee, and then you slightly reach forward with the arm and slightly back with the leg. Okay, so nothing extreme, it's just working a slightly different place in the glute. 3, 4, 5, keep supported through that shoulder. 6, 7, and 8. Good, knees come in, and we're going to go into our book stretch. So either hands around the ears or top arm is long. I'll show you both. So we stack the hips, stack the knees, inhale, and as you exhale, hips stay facing forward as you rotate back from the ribs, and then close it down. So with the straight arm, make sure that head's relaxed, and down. And then the last one, we're going to hold that there. So really hold and relax into that stretch. It just feels so good. Take one more deep breath. Close it down. Then just grab hold of the ankle and push the hips forward. Just get a little stretch through those hip flexors in case they were gripping during the half roll back ab exercises we were doing earlier. Good. Then push up, and let's go to the other side. So create a pillow first. Okay, push that hip away and circle forward for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everything else is completely stable. Reverse. Good. Use those abs. Pull them back towards the spine. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. It's coming up onto our elbow. The shoulder's nice and supported. Leg long, arm long, and bring it in and reach. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So now on the diagonal, so they come together and reach. 2. So this shouldn't hurt your low back. If it does, you're probably extending too far. Okay, so it's just a slight extension. 3 more. 2, and 1. Knees together now, toes together for our book stretch. So inhale, and then exhale, rotate. And again. And then the last one, let's hold it back. Good, close it down, grab the ankle and just push those hips forward. Good, and then lying on your back, and I want you to let your heels come together and then just let your knees fall open, just to release the little muscles inside the front of the pelvis here. And breathe. That bird is so noisy. They're cute though, they run around the garden and tap on the window. Okay, close that down, and then we're going to a figure 4. Ankle across the knee, and just let that hip open. And then, if you wish, bring the knee towards the chest and just push that pelvis back to as neutral as you can get it. And breathe. Should really feel a nice stretch around that outside hip. Good. And let the foot go down. Okay, and then we're just going to let the knee fall over to the side, keeping the ankle crossed across the knee. Okay, just another little stretch for the outside of the hip. Bring it back, and let's go to the other side. Let's cross over, and then bring that knee in. And breathe. Foot down, and then just let the knee fall to the floor, and feel another little stretch in that hip. Back, hold on to the knees, come up, and you are done. Thanks again for joining me. For those who are in a lockdown, I hope you're doing okay. Hope these workouts are helping you. There is another playlist gone live today, so another 7 or 8 workouts for you to choose from this week. So it's lockdown week 2. And I will see you again next week with a brand new workout. So stay safe, everybody, and take care. Bye. And you are done. So thanks for joining me today. For those who are in a lockdown, I hope you're doing okay. You're now going to be halfway through it after the end of next week. That doesn't sound good. You've done a week, and so